seeing someone drinking coffee being significant, or something that looks like coffee in a mug. I'm seeing a house being significant, not an apartment, but an actual house, a quiet kitchen space, a kind of serene feeling. And this could be a future vision. This could be somebody that you are strongly connected to who looks out for you, or it could be you. But take any of those symbols as an indicator. If you feel like you want to stay, even if it's not fully clear what exactly that might mean, then please do. And we're going to go ahead and pick up on your energy and connect to the messages of your soul that are trying to surface in this reality right now. For you, to you, in high vibrational truth, clarity, accuracy, healing. Who are you? Talk to me. Who are you? Who is this reading for? Yeah, that King of Cups was already starting to show when we were shuffling. Wow. Okay. You are somebody who's come through a great deal of grief and loss, which, yes, you can say a lot of humans do, but there's a big emphasis on this, even turmoil. I do feel like the word grief is really sticking out. Even that image felt, in the beginning from the meditation, even that image kind of felt like it was on the other side somehow, or connected to the other side somehow. So there could be somebody that you've lost maybe within the last 5 years even, that is very connected to you, or that you still think on, feel on, and you've been healing, not just from that, but from many things. However, that is a part of this particular reading. You are showing up as somebody who has great emotional depth, and not just depth, but a desire to mature or to find sanctuary in this area, to find stability and independence and truth, and yeah, just even ground in the area of emotions. This could be something very important to you. You're much more wise than you realize. You've come much farther than you know. Maybe you hear that often. Maybe you've got the old soul comment a lot, but it doesn't mean a lot to you, especially when you're just used to yourself. But really, you continue to grow, glow, evolve, shine in this area, and it really does matter for a reason. Probably this is so important to you because you've experienced a lot of emotional ups and downs, a lot of turmoil and instability on an emotional scale in life. So that's why now this is such a relevant thing to you. I feel like you are somebody who is a fixer. If there's a problem to solve, you'd rather solve it than sit around and just let it linger or complain about it, whatever. Okay? Tight throat chakra there. You could not understand why other people don't. You could see the solutions and then see how they just don't, and it could frustrate you. Maybe you've had to learn how to detach, how to just take care of your own and not try to fix for others, okay? Help for others. Please only take what resonates. Of course, you don't have to resonate with every single detail for this to be yours, all right? But majority here. You also seem to be a person who is not fond of attachments, things that leech on and just want to drain. It feels unnecessary. That could make you stand apart from others. Maybe that makes you a loner, or maybe that makes you somebody who just doesn't deal with BS well, who doesn't wear a mask very well, at least not anymore. There's all sorts of things that could show up as for you, but you're not really wanting people, things, energies to be attached to you and you to them. It feels like it rocks the boat too much, and you can kind of see how she's pulling her skirt away from these things that are trying to leech on, cling on, attach on. Gemini or Mercury comes through really strongly here, so there could be a focus or an emphasis on communication as well for you. Something about using your voice, the way you communicate, different forms or types of communication, even if they're not related to words or voice, you know. There could be a focus for you even on miscommunication, being misunderstood a lot in life as well with that energy here, and also a focus on duality. You can see that checkered floor there, that contrast, that dual feeling. I do think water helps you, whether it's the sound of running water, lake, pond, stream, probably more like moving water, but natural water that are like spring fed, just water, whatever water. I think that that's an assistant for you if you ever need to calm or ground or ease or reflect. Any form of water sound that could really help. You've lifted yourself out of so much on the emotional scale. You definitely are probably somebody who suffered from depression quite often in life, maybe bouts of heavy or intense depression, like so much that it's hard to even just stand up, to like hold your own head up on your body. Maybe you don't feel connected to those moments as much anymore, hopefully, but they were there. You could have felt drowned even by shame or by guilt or by feeling like you were icky or wrong somehow in life, which also contributed to this emotional grief and heaviness. All right, you could have spent a long time in this nest here feeling very heavy, feeling very drowned by everything, and you had a lot of support always from your angels, your guides, from the unseen. But it was not easy. It was like a perpetual night, and you could have felt guilty just for being depressed, you know, or something along those lines. But again, this is reversed, and the King of Cups is replacing. So this is something you've worked a lot on. The emphasis on emotional maturity here is part because of these trials, this pain that you've been through. However it's looked for you, it's significant, it's heavy, it's intense, it's dense. It could have started from a young age. A lot of melancholy there, a lot of melancholy in that. I also feel there could be something about counseling or therapy, psychology. You could be a great therapist, a counselor, even if that's not literally your vocation. People could want to talk to you, like to talk to you. Maybe that's part of why you don't let them get too close or don't want people to attach or hang on too heavily, because they want from you, you know. There's definitely a strong emotional ability with like communicating. Emotional intelligence obviously is here for you. And I also feel like you have this crown, but you don't really want it. It's not an egoic thing for you. Like it's there, but even then you could sometimes feel like an imposter. You're definitely connected to other times, historical times too. You have a timelessness about you, maybe a timeless beauty or just timelessness in general. Where are you from? What era are you from? It could almost be hard to pinpoint. And sometimes even your protectors are a part of this dependency, and it's hard for you to maybe always feel okay with beings or things that are attached to you like that, tethered to you like that, even if they have your best interest at heart. For some of you, this could be an animal, a pet, or multiple. You could come off as a cold person sometimes, like a standoffish energy, or just like where you need your own space. This could almost be overwhelm, overload. This could even be being on the spectrum. This could be like a sensory thing, but it's just like, it could be anxious, overwhelming, or stress when there's just too much stimulation, too much on you or at you. Maybe it makes you feel like a jerk sometimes. You know, maybe you don't want something messed up that's on you, but there's more to it than just like, don't mess that up, or don't touch that, don't touch me, whatever. There's more to it. There's an anxiety, a safety, a control, a sensory thing that's connected to that. You could, at least at times, 909, even confuse, your own self, or be uncertain of where you're coming from, why and what. 919, it also really benefits you to journal or to have dialogue with yourself so that you know and that you are aware. So if you're resonating with this so far, we're going to make an extended reading. The link is in our bio, or if you're on YouTube, the link is below. Please make sure the title and the image matches the extended reading that you are looking for. The extended readings go much more in depth and they have a smaller audience, so they're more targeted to you. As always, thank you for receiving, and we really hope to see you there. Much love.